are in Bahrain with myself, Ron Skit in the comms box, and I'm with Upmar Gozi. Good evening, how are you doing, sir?
Good evening, well, and you, man. Nice to be here.
Yeah, very lekker. Just apologies, everyone, that we starting the stream a little bit late. Some technical difficulties on our side, but we are live now. Upmar, if you maybe want to check the times for us, so long as we are in 15 drivers, everyone go through. We Q1, 5 minutes to go.
And we have Chums on board now. His current lap time is 1:31.204, and I'm sure he can do a bit better than that. Pole at this stage is 1:28.9, and that is held by Hashim. Martin Nakis is second with a time 1:28.9 as well. Basically 400 behind Hashim. Fancy Stars third, 1:29.6. And Ume, Nikishan, Zero to Cool, Avilak, league owner is currently 1:29.7. And most of the guys have retired because obviously in Q1 we only have 15 drivers, so that means no drivers is actually basically going to fall out for Q2.
Let's see, is there actually anyone on track? I think Wood 25 is the only driver on track, so we may as well follow him in the Aston Martin. And it looks like he is on a lap.
Sol Aston Martin. We have another one in, Real Viking and Boots. I think Boots may be in an in-lap now.
Yeah, he's about 2 seconds off his time, so not pushing. Now, I think everyone's kind of put their laps on and done. Let's hope Top Gun, Chums and Boots, when he's in the pits, all retire so we can go through Q2.
Okay, I see we have Puna in the comms saying, let's go Ume.
There we go. I was wondering when someone was going to join us. I see we do have a couple of guys watching the stream. Welcome, everyone. Sorry we're a bit late. We had some technical issues outside, but we are live now. And we should be now load shedding unaffected. Put in the comms box is myself, Ron Skitter, and with me is Upmar Gozi.
We have 2 minutes left, 10 seconds left in this Q1 session. I don't think anybody else is going to go out.
Yeah, everyone in the pit's going to be a long wait if Top Gun and Chums don't retire.
The comments are coming through now. Paris Ninja, Lekker Pantry and Chums, Akil, Hashim and my goat. Puna says, Lekker boys, you guys tomorrow, see you tomorrow night. Akil again, better than Lewis Hamilton. Safwan, let's go Umair, Hashim and Uzi. Wow, lots of fans tonight. Fahim Osman, good evening. Martin Naki is just off the video from PlayStation camera in broadcast.
Just turn off video. Okay, let's see if I can do that. So we got some guys commenting about turn off the video, but I've turned off my video settings, so.
And I don't have a camera, so.
But, yeah, I don't have a camera actually either, so. Well, there you go, end of Q1, 15 drivers, everyone goes through. We'll head on to Q2 shortly, where we will get 5 drivers knocked out, so it'll start getting a bit more meaty.
More serious. Who do you think's gonna be the top dog tonight? I don't know. I put my money on Havelak.
I think
he's pretty hot around here.
It also sounds to me like there's a lot of support for Ume, so we'll see how he goes out there.
I think with all the support he's got, he'll do very well.
Akil says it's Hashim, Ume and Uzi, so Akil, I hope no one of your picks gets relegated here in Q2. Again, sorry we were a bit late for Q1, but there was really no action there. Let's see who jumps out the pits here in Q2 first. There is that. Couldn't tell if that's a Red Bull. No, first out on track is Nick Gishen in the Red Bull. Behind him Hashim and then Boinkies.
I'm currently on board with Shakes. Takes a shortcut. He's in AlphaTauri. Hey Ron, I think you should just check the Discord driver lounge. There's a comment about the camera thing there.
Okay, perfect. I'm just going to check that out. In the meantime, I think the first guy to put a hot lap in is Nick, so I'll just follow him around.
Havelak still in the pits with Martin Nakis and Zero to Cool and Super D. They're staying quiet, let the other guys do the track warm up and getting some rubber laid down for them.
Okay, if everyone could check now, I've switched comments and camera stuff off, so we should be on full screen in the stream. That says Shakes is qualified from the session for driving the wrong way. Must have had a spin.
That happens so easy, eh? It's difficult sometimes when you're beached on a curb or something. You just want to go another way to get off the curb, you know. It's happened to me before.
And I think also what's caught me like that before is that trying to turn around, looking out for traffic, don't want to impede anyone, and then you accidentally just go the wrong way for a couple of meters too long. Okay, let's see out on track. It looks Nick Gishen is going to cross the line in a 1:29.3. That should be pretty decent.
Giving Avilak a nice toe down the straight.
Hashim behind him also 1:29.3. Yeah, Avilak got a very nice toe there. Brinkies will be next to cross the line 1:29.5, so about 2/10 at the moment. Ume, he will cross the line next 1:29.1, and a lot of support for Ume out there, and he's proving to be putting the time in. Royal Viking is next to cross the line, goes fifth with a 1:30.6. Uzi just behind him 1:36.2. Something went wrong with Uzi's lap, he'll have to do that again. Then Top Gun 1:30.6. And next are the two horses. First Pantry Star 1:36, and then Chums goes a bit quicker, also 1:36. Sorry, Pantry Star was a 1:30.8. And I think the next guy to cross the line is the Martin of Butz, as he's goes on the final corner.
See the two Ferraris are very close to out of the pits. They're going to do the team game there. One is going ahead, which I think is 0, and giving Super D a bit of space.
Okay, just watching next driver cross the line is Abilach. Goes fourth for the 1:29.5. We also missed someone else's lap there, not sure who. Martin 9. Marquis. Oh, he's starting a lap now.
Yeah. Corner 1 to 3 is my end.
He's got a yellow flag, one of the horses, I think. Okay, let's watch a lap with 0, the first Ferrari to start a hot lap. The DRS open, the biggest braking zone. Stay off the curb on the outside, tuck it into the right. You've got to rotate right, get the power on, clip the curb on the left. Easy to lose traction there, no issues for 0. And then you can start quite wide here as well. Throw it in, don't outbrake yourself, carry speed through there. Pretty tidy lap so far from 0. Just touches curbs on the left, right.
I see Shakes has commented here in Discord. He says he got disqualified for trying to turn around after he spun.
Yeah, that's yeah, it's happened to most of us. Okay, still on board with 0. He's now in the finishing the second sector. No drama so far on this lap. We'll have to see one corner to go now when he crosses the line, if he's gotten everything right.
We're going to check Super D sector time for sector 2. Purple in sector 2.
Okay, now D's on the final straight. Only thing to do is keep the foot down. And it's 6 with the 1:29.6.
And Super D is rounding the final corner.
That was 0, Super D. The second Ferrari crosses the line 4th.
We still got Ume in first place with a 1:29.171.
Okay, just looking at the gaps as we stand, 7 minutes to go in Q2. It's Umair with a 129.1. Behind him is Hashim, just over a tenth behind. Nickish very close as well. Super D about almost 3/10 off the pace. Abilak about 3/10 off. Winky's about 3/10 off. So the top 6 pretty close. Not far behind them is 0 and 7th. And then some guys would want to put in better runs in their second attempt. Royal Viking, Boots, Chums, Top Gear, Pantry Star, Uzi. And we haven't seen a great time lap yet from Martin Narkis. And Shakes, as we heard, had a spin, tried to recover and got himself disqualified.
Nick in the Red Bull on the outlap.
I'm trying to figure out who on the outlaps are going to go first. It looks like Nick Royal Viking behind him on track. And actually, I think it's Martin Narkis is going to start his flying lap first. So we'll watch him with his Narki colored helmet. Someone's been spending his Bitcoin. It's a very nice looking helmet.
Who in real life wore that helmet? I think it was Lando Norris.
It wouldn't surprise me, yeah. Looks like a Lando Norris kind of helmet.
Nick coming around the last corner, keeping his foot in.
So is Nick, I think, is starting a lap now, right? Yep.
Back to the first corner nicely, second corner is good. Touching the curve on the outside, turn 3.
You're watching Nick, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can carry on commentating on Nick. I'm following him on the stream.
Okay. Coming through that bit that looks like maggots and beckets. carefully taking the hairpin and getting ready for the worst corner in F1. Downhill, sharp left-hand corner.
Off camera, I think, as well.
Takes it perfectly. Yeah, add off camber to that one. And open DRS for the back straight. Got a nice touch on the curve there. Keeping it nice and tight. I put my foot flat in that corner, and fortunately sometimes it's pretty okay. Coming down the last bit of the straight, last corner, and just missed the apex there. All he needs to do is put his foot flat in, and he ends up with the fastest lap.
There we go, into the 128s.
Yeah,
next should be Royal Viking to cross the line. Currently in 11th, he'll need to improve. And he does beautifully, 129.5, gets into the 129 club. Next driver is Uzi, but he has invalidated his lap. Going into the pits, that might be cutting it fine to try get another lap in, and I think we have a spun Top Gear, Top Gun, sorry, Top Gun, yep.
Yeah.
I was looking somewhere else there for a second. Okay, so Top Gun's going to have to go again. He's currently 14th. Chum's going to cross the line, but he is slower, so he's going into the pits.
Looking at some of the comments here. Puna says Umair for Paul. Akil says Hashim, Umair and Uzi, big fans there. Puna says thanks guys, another thanks guys, it's perfect. think he's referring to the camera.
Yeah, I'll switch the comments off so we're streaming in full screen now.
Yeah, full screen. I'm also keeping an eye on the Discord channel if there's any chat there. Okay, who's on out? Butch. Starting his flying lap.
So the guy's currently in the drop zone. The time to beat is 1:29.6. That's held by Zero at the moment. Zero, I think, is on a lap and improving, so he'll carry on going. Uzi, who's on an out lap now, he's going to have to hurry up, but I think he should get there on time. Chums is in the garage. I don't know if you won't have time to come out now, so Chums is probably out of qualifying. Top Gun is 13th currently on a lap. We'll keep watching that. In Sector 1, so a while to go. Butz is improving on himself, but he needs to find quite a bit of time. Zero, by the way, was 10th, is now 5th, which puts Martin Narkis, the driver, at risk, who is already out of the session, so he won't improve from that. We'll see how the guys behind him go. And Butz is improving, about 5.5 tenths improvement. He'll need more than that from the last sector to get into Q3.
Boots going around the last corner.
And he will improve. Is it going to be enough? Into the 129s. That's 11th.
Okay, Ryan, you're going to excuse me for a few minutes?
Yeah, no problem, go.
I need to go and start my generator.
Sort out your generator, no worries.
Okay.
Okay, so in the drop zone, we've got Top Gun. He is coming into the pits out of qualifying. So we'll lose Shakes, we'll lose Top Gun, Chums, we'll lose as well. Uzi is improving. We saw Butz improve, but not by enough. I can't figure out if Butz is pushing and going again. Not much ERS. We'll see how that lap goes. Uzi now going into third sector. And Uzi might just squeeze himself into Q3 here. Let's see how the last corner goes. Okay, can Uzi put both McLarens through to Q3? Crosses the line, and he does. He goes 8th, pushes Martin Narkis into the drop zone as well. And Butz is on an in-lap, so that is pretty much who we will lose from qualifying at the end of Q2. Martin Narkis didn't get, I think, all the laps in he wanted to. Butz tried at the end, improved but not enough. Chums, I didn't think, got that many laps in. Top Gun had some issues, and Shakes unfortunately spun and got disqualified, and that's the 5 drivers we will lose. Drivers who just made it there: Royal Viking in 10th, Pantry Star in 9th, Uzi we saw him improve late in Q2 in 8th, the Ferraris of Super D and Zero in 7th and 6th, Avilach in 5th, Bwinkies in 4th, Nick was the first driver to get into the 128s. He's in 3rd, but very shortly after, Ume clubbed and got into the 128s as well. And then Hashim, the fastest driver in Q2. So yeah, looking good for Team Williams, Team McLaren, Team Red Bull, Team Ferrari. They all got 2 drivers through. And then 1 Haas, 1 Aston Martin. And that's us heading to Q3 for the pole shootout. There we go, welcome to Q3, just in time to see an unsafe release. But it's our quickest two drivers in Q2, Hashim and Ume, in that order by the way as well, out on track. Keen to get their Q3 first banker laps in, they are out already. So on track I think we've got Hashim, Ume, then it might be Winkies, yes it is, and then Super D first, and then Zero, the Ferraris, then Uzi, then Pantry Star. So it's the two Red Bulls and Royal Vikings still in the pits. They're waiting for a bit of space on track perhaps, or and both Red Bulls are now also coming out. It's Nick ahead of Abilach. They seem to be very close to each other in the first in Q2 when we were watching them on board, and they might have to get a little bit out the way somewhere on their outlap, because there is Hashim in the Williams, and he is starting our first lap of Q3 for the pole shootout. There's a Shimtadi Sector 1, it's a 28.6, and you can see there in front of him are the Red Bulls, who, a little bit of a lock up there. The Red Bulls, who I said would become a bit of a traffic problem soon enough. There we go. Red Bulls getting nicely out the way, not impeding Hashim, who's now about to finish Sector 2. And it's a 106.8. And Sector 3 really just has two corners in it, a short straight and a long straight. One DRS zone, which Hashim is about to get to on the start-finish straight. So not much to go wrong in Sector 3, and that's a 128.6 straight off the bat. Ume just behind him, crosses the line, and something must have happened to Ume's lap because he's got to go again. Super D gets in there with a 128.8, very nice lap from D. Zero, the second, well, the other Ferrari, let me say that, just behind him, the 128.9, so the Ferraris have a bit of pace there. Bwinkies with a 128.9 as well, so pretty much matches Zero's time. Next driver to cross the line will be Royal Viking, in the only Aston Martin in Q3. And it's a 129.5. Okay, let me see who's next. Where are the Red Bulls? It's Nick Ishin first. And Nick's about to put his time in, goes third with a 128.8. So still knocking on the door there. A bit of pace to go. Not sure if there's Bwinkies or Hashim I saw there, but getting into the pits. And then Avilach crosses the line, 129.4. Not a bad lap, but it's only good enough for 7th. And something happened to Ume's first lap. nothing working out there for him. He has not put a time in, and we'd like to see where that goes with our second run of flying laps. There we go, 6 minutes to go in Q3. As it currently stands, we've got Hashim on a 1:28.6, Super D on a 1:28.8, Nick on a 1:28.8. So about 2 or so tenths from first to third. Less than a tenth behind. Nick is 0 in fourth. We'd like to improve on that. Week is fifth, the 1:28.9 as well. Then the drivers in the 1:29s, Pantry Star, Avilach, Royal Viking, and Uzi. No time from Umer, but we will look forward to seeing that in the final run of Q3. As Nick pops into the pits, I'm sure so will Avilach, and then we'll have literally every driver in the pits. There we go, 4 minutes 40 seconds left in Q3. Expecting 10 drivers to jump out to do their final runs shortly. Hey, Mr. Upman, are you back with us?
Yes, I'm back with us. Sorry about that. We have fantastic technology, but we all need electricity to run our stuff. Okay, what's happening? We're in Q3 with 4 minutes to go. We have Hashim in P1 at the moment with 1:28.6, and we have 1:28s right down to 5th place. Then we start the 1:29s with Pantry Star, Avalak, Royal Viking, Uzi, and Umer. Umer hasn't set the time yet.
Yeah, I think he invalidated his first run and then popped into the pits, so leaving it all for the final run in Q3.
I see. Nick and Royal Viking on the outlap.
Yeah, we've got Nick, Royal Viking, and Umer all on outlaps. Everyone else, I'm guessing, is going to jump out the pits pretty soon.
With 3 minutes to go, it could be a bit chaotic.
I see there's...
Yeah, I see Haas is leaving the pits now.
There's Pantry Star, that's right. I think Avilach is also leaving the pits. So there's going to be some traffic, I think, for some guys on hot laps. Everyone seems to be a little bit out of sync at the moment. But it's Nick who starts the a flying lap. And he's the last attempt in Q3 for pole. As I think Blinkies gets out the way. Bit of traffic already for the runners.
I think with everybody trying the last 2-3 minutes, it's quite busy, huh?
It's going to get very busy now. We'll try figure out who's on outlaps and hot laps. And Nick in sector 1 has missed it by 8 tenths, so he'll probably just save ERS here and enough time to cross the line again and try that all over. Who should be next on a lap? I think it's Royal Viking. I didn't see his sector 1 time, but he's in sector 2 now. Currently in 8th, 1:29.5, so he's currently in the 1:29 club.
Seems like everybody's out. Is Umer going to go out again?
Yeah, see Ume is actually on a hot lap with the purple sector 1, so we'll see where that takes Ume as his lap goes on.
Okay, I'm looking at the comments here on the channel. Vivi Thomas, how's my fellow commentators? We're doing very well, thank you. Hello, Sonorita. Ume for Paul, that is Puna, but that's a previous remark.
Yeah, I'm on board with Ume now. As he starts the third sector, he has now got a short straight, a corner, and then a start finish straight. He's got Uzi as well, giving him a bit of a tow. Don't know how synchronized that was, but it looked pretty impressive. And Ume, with his attempt at pole, sticks it right up there, 128.5, brilliant lap. He had it all to do only in one lap, and that is a really nice drive. Indeed, we'll see if anyone else can get close to that. Hashim crosses the line. Hashim is starting his flying lap. Now Hashim has to find less than a tenth of a second, or maybe about a tenth. We'll see how that goes. Pantry
Times are
start.
pretty close. 128.5 is pole. 0.6 second, 0.8, 0.9, up to Moinkies in 0.6, up in P6.
Crossing the line now. Abilach goes into the 128, so that's good enough for third at the moment, 128.7. Behind him is Nick Gish, goes quicker now. Nick goes third, beats his teammate by 2 thousandths with a 128.773.
That's close.
And then I think Bwinkies will cross the line. Doesn't improve. He is 7th. End of qualifying for him. Royal Viking, his last lap didn't work out. 9th will be as good as he can achieve then. Now the Ferraris, they are putting their final laps in. It is first 0 to Cool. He went fastest so far in this lap. Goes second with a 128.6. Brilliant lap from 0 right at the end. Uzi will cross the line next. Improves, but it's only good enough for 9th. And Hashim crosses the line. Doesn't improve. 3rd is where he will have to settle for. Super D crossed the line, but it was an invalidated lap, I think.
Haas coming around the last corner.
I think he's on an in-lap. It's about 3 seconds off his time. So that is qualifying then complete. It's Umair 128.5, 0 128.6, Hashim 128.6, and then the Red Bulls who improved quite nicely in the last runs. Nick and Abilach in the 128.7s, Super D 128.8, and Blinkies 128.9. So 7 drivers in the 128s. Pantry Star, Uzi, and Royal Vikings all in the 129s. And that is less than a second in the top 10, so I think the race will be quite close. Well done to Umair. A couple of guys called that for pole, and he only had one lap to do it, and he got it done properly.
Yeah. Well done to him.
Yeah, there are the times again, and then just to show again, from P1 to P8, less than half a second. So we are expecting this race to be extremely close up front.
Uh-oh. The game has taken me into race mode. I'm no longer spectator.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to change that.
Oh wow, this is not nice. Probably because I left the lobby. And I can't retire, can I? No, I can't. I'm in P what?
I think what you can do, you can probably retire either now or as soon as the race starts. Okay, let's. A few more drivers have now joined. And almost everyone is on mediums. Let's run through that order again. It's Ume, Zero, Hashim, Nick, Avilach, Super D, Winky's Pantry Star, Uzi, Royal Viking. That's your top 10. Only driver in the top 10 on hards is Uzi. So we'll see how that plays out. A bit of a trying to play a bit of a different game there. We'll see how his pace looks like at the start of the race. And then Martin Narkis, Butz is also there on the hards in 12th. Chums 13th on the mediums.
I'm causing a rock here. I'm on controller.
Top Gear is also on the hards. Top Gun on the hards in 14th. Shakes in 15th, and then Arne Goos will be in 16th. Okay, Abma, we'll see when the race starts. I'm pretty sure he'll be able to retire.
Yeah. There's no retire option just yet. I can't retire.
Ooh, and Zero's
on track.
Zero's had a spin now. Not sure if hopefully Zero's got no damage. Everything looks fine on his car. He had a spin there on the formation lap. I'm pretty sure the game puts him back in P2.
I'm still, yeah. Car's going straight through me. It's crazy.
Okay, so Upmar, you'll retire. I think as soon as you can. I will watch for us as take us to the race start.
Okay, please do.
I'm going to watch here in front. You let me know if there's any action at the back we need to switch to. As all Arne Goos now lines up, and we are waiting for starting procedures. There we are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and we are now racing in Bahrain. There was a bit of a funny start there. Hashim, I think, is going to have a penalty for a jump start, and it looks like Ume got away nicely, but now there's contact with Nick and Super D as they're racing very hard in the first few corners.
I must just be careful not to cause anything.
And there's a yellow flag somewhere, looks like. Is Arne Goos also struggling with something? I can't quite figure out. Looks like he's going again. Let me just check the penalties here. There we go. Hashim, he had a jump start, so he's got a drive through penalty. He's 2 seconds ahead because of that jump start. So we'll see how that works out. For him, he'll be right at the back. He'll have to do that drive through penalty within, I think it's 2 or 3 laps. So your real leader here is Ume. He got away quite nicely. Nick Isham just behind him. Nick had a bit of bumping and rubbing with Super D, but it looks like his car's all intact. Let me just check Super D. He's currently 4th. And I got the weirdest camera angle. I can see none of Super D there. I can see him now. It doesn't look like any damage on Super D's car. Currently in 5th is Avilach. He's getting a bit of a jump there from Martin Narkis. He has jumped a few places at the start, so well done there. Then it's Pantry Star, Buiki, Shakes, Royal Viking. We'll look at, no one seems to be jumping into the pits. No, Royal Viking into the pits. Not sure if that's for, must be for some sort of wing damage. Serving, I think, a 5-second penalty, Royal Viking. Then they'll start working on the car. Yep, and it's front wing being changed, so got a bit of damage. Goes on to the hards, so that's going to be a long race from there.
Can you hear me, Ron?
Yes, we can hear you. Did you retire from the session? You can now spectate again.
And currently I'm with Hashim. He's in P1.
Yeah, Hashim's got a drive-through penalty though. He had a jump start. Okay. So he's going to have to put, I'm guessing by this lap, probably puts him in 15th, I think, when he comes out.
I see position changes from the start is Nick is up 1, Super D up 2, Martin is up 5, Avilak is where he was, Pantry Star up 1, Shakes up 6 positions, Top Gun up 4, and then Zero's dropped 9 positions.
Yeah, shocking start for Zero after very nice qualifying.
Okay, so I'm going to just change my screen.
Okay, DRS is now available. We will see pretty shortly how that starts playing out because Nick and Super D are following Umair quite closely.
Looking at the tires, everybody on mediums from P1 to P9 with Shakes. Top Gun on hards, Zero and Chums on mediums, hards for Boots and Arno, and then mediums for Uzi and hards for Royal Viking.
Yeah, Royal Viking did have a stop as well now, so changed the wing, so his first lap didn't go as planned, so he has already had his stop. I think he's the only driver to have stopped so far. Yeah, just watching Ume and Nick. Nick does get DRS on that back straight, not a long straight. You have to have quite an advantage over the driver ahead of you to really challenge there.
When does Hashim have to serve that drive-through?
Yeah, I think it's probably now. I will just follow on him.
He's coming through the last corner now.
So let's see. I'm expecting him to dive to the right to serve that drive-through penalty. And he does.
There he goes.
Okay, let's see Nick behind Ume. He'll have DRS. And Nick will.
Pity about that.
And Nick makes a move for the lead. And on lap 4, Nick gets past Ume. Ume will now have DRS on Nick again. So it's not over. We're in for a nice fight here. He is extremely close. Moves over to the right. Gets the move. No, decides to not go too aggressive. Maybe it's a smart move over there. Good racing up front. DRS already giving us a bit of action. And where did Hashim come out? In P13 after that drive-through penalty.
I see there's a bit of gap between P3 and P4 with Super D in that front 3, and Martinakis is almost 3 seconds now, 3 seconds adrift.
And he's going to be pushed along by Avilach and Bwinkies, who will not want to let the leaders get away. And this middle pack, we've got Martinakis, then Avilach, Bwinkies, Pantry Star, Shakes, Top Gun, and almost Zero now. They're all within a second of each other, so the DRS train, people are going to start marching past Martinarkis here. We will see how that plays out. Now here on the start, finish straight.
I see Martin's ERS light is flashing, so I think he's finished with his. He's got 3% ERS left.
Yeah, no.
Right on his tail. And Avalak had 25% ERS, so there's going to be some fun and games there now.
Yeah, just not close enough for the challenge.
I think Avalak's just biding his time for that back straight with the DRS.
Yeah, I think he'll want to get the move done. There's a few drivers behind him licking their lips, so you wanna be getting out of that ahead of Martinarkis if he's holding a few guys up.
Yeah. Boinkis is right on Avalak's tail. Had a look.
He's pushing him really hard. His Boinkies not behind Avalak.
Yeah, careful.
And Boinkies held a lot of ERS back, so he's in a good position, yeah. He needs Avalak to clear.
62%.
Yeah, he needs Avalak to clear Martinarkis, so he's going to have to make a move.
I think we're going to see a move down the straight now with Boinkies.
Yeah, Boinkies has got a lot of pace here. Avalak is struggling to keep up with Martinarkis now. If he falls out of DRS, Boinkies will have him. I think DRS, now he closes the gap now again, so Avalak should have DRS. Nick now, the leader, puts the fastest lap of the racing, 132.5. And here they come. That's Martinarkis, Avalak, Boinkies, Bandustage, Fakes, Top Gun and Zero.
Close to each other. The biggest gap after that is between P10 and P11, Chums and Zero to Cool.
Hashim, by the way, he was 13th. He's made up a place. He's 12th, and he looks like he's catching Chums as well. So he's found his way back into the points, and we expect him to climb with the pace he's had. We'll see how that works out. Up front, we've got Nick doing quite a good job after taking that position 2 laps ago. But Ube is following him around very closely. Super D's not letting go of that battle either. So the 3 current podium runners are keeping it very close. They've created a bit of a gap for themselves to the DRS train.
I think they are playing the long game now.
We had a sector 2 yellow flag. It looks like Top Gun, maybe. Maybe it was Arno. Okay, out in front, Ume had DRS, but just couldn't close enough. He's still roughly 6/10 behind Nick all the time, so Nick must be... Nick's used all his ERS. He's only got 8%, Ume's got 40, so we'll see how that plays out. Super D behind him, 24. He's using enough ERS as much as he needs to stay with him at this point, I guess. Let's go back to this DRS train where we've got... I'm going to follow Boinkies. He is 3/10 behind Avalak, who is 9/10 behind Martinarkis.
Martin has only got 8% ERS left. I wonder how he's staying in front of Avalak.
Yeah, he seems to have just some parts of the track he's able to drop Avalak, and then Avalak catches him back. Now Avalak dangerously slips out of DRS. Although we still had DRS now, so he's exactly that 1 second behind. If he can't stay with Martinarkis in this 3rd sector, it's looking very touch and go, but I think Boinkies is now going to lick his lips, because I think he might realize now Avalak will not get DRS. And Avalak doesn't have much ERS to defend, yeah, and Boinkies I think is just going to march past. I'll go on board with Boinkies now. 5/10 DRS open, and he's going to run out of straight 4/10, 3/10, 2/10. Is he going to stick a move?
Has a look-see, squeeze it. Oh, that was close.
And they give each other only just about enough respect, but this time Winkies I think is going to have a better drive. He takes it on the inside with DRS.
There goes Boinkies.
And he gets the move done. Oh, Abilach late on the brakes. Put my heart in my mouth. But Abilach will follow him. I think he must keep following him and not let him go now. And that was a brilliant little overtake for P5. Brinkies has got a job to do to catch Martin Arkis now and get DRS back, because now Abilach's got DRS behind him. So, and just to remind you guys, there's still that DRS train behind that. It's Pantry Star. Pantry Star's got Shakes right behind him.
How are the guys in front doing? We have Nick still.
Yeah, it's it's still Nick. He is P1 after lap 8. 7/10 behind him is Umair, who was at a brilliant lap in for pole. Super D is doing a great job to follow this leader pair, and he is still in third, still within DRS, getting dragged along very nicely. In the Ferrari, Martin Arkis is losing, still slowly losing a bit of space to the leaders. It's still around 4 seconds, 4.5 now maybe. Brinkies has caught up. He is now within DRS, 7/10 to Martin Arkis. I think on the start finish straight, we should probably see a change in position from Brinkies. Brinkies is doing really well tonight, enjoying his pace.
Yeah. Got good pace.
And hold on to the back of Winkies as well, so he's going to have a few guys knocking on his door pretty shortly.
Pantry Star's close.
Winkies has a spin. We were just singing his praises, and he spins from what's that, 5th to 9th, and now he's got... Oh, and Pantry Star has found the wall, front wing gone. I did not see the incident there. Who has left us? No one. Everyone is still running at least. This is going to help Uzi and Royal Viking. They've had to pit, but they will now catch up to the pack.
Nick has got a drive-through penalty speeding under the safety car.
Oh no, Nick, that is terrible. After a great overtake for the lead and keeping the pace, Nick is now diving into the pits. He's going to put hards on for sure. What's his hards to the end of the race? Yep, I think everyone's going to jump into the pits for hards. I don't see anyone not doing that.
Hards last 20 laps. Yeah, all of them front runners.
I can imagine only... Maybe Royal Viking tries to stick it out, because he is already on the hards. Indeed he does. Royal Viking jumping. Butz is who I'm actually seeing. Butz jumps a whole lot of places, all the way up to 5th, because he was already on the hards. You'll have to see how that plays out. So everyone who started on mediums, this safety car gave them the perfect strategy. Lap 9, 10 is probably when you can throw away the mediums, and that's exactly what they've been given a free stop for.
Arno made up quite a few places during that whole thing. Top Gun has made up 13 places. Arno is 11 places up. Next, Boots made 7 places. And Shakes is up 4 places. He's in P11.
Yeah, so we've got quite a mix now in the pack. We've got Top Gun is technically our leader, but he needs to stop again. We've got Nick, who is then our theoretical race leader, but he's got a drive-through penalty, so he's going to fall back down the list. So really the guy in third, Umair, who was our pole sitter, he is on brand new hearts till the end of this race, and he has to defend, I think, only against Super D at this moment. Butz is there in 5th, but he's out of place. He'll probably have to stop again.
Arno
Arno,
have 9 laps old hard tyres.
yeah, so we're looking probably for them to stop again or really try hold on to these tyres. That'll be fun to watch. Martin Narkis hasn't exactly been his night, but he's now 7th. Maybe realistically he is 3rd or 4th when everyone does their stops and drive-through penalties, so we'll see how he gets along. Avilach, he was struggling to hold on to the pace, but he is probably also somewhere around 5th, I think, when everything gets sorted out with pit stops, etc. Bwinkies, he was going along really well, had a spin. It doesn't look like he's lost too much. He's still there in 9th, so despite the spin, he's still on for some points. Zero, he had not a great start, but he is now in 10th on brand new hards. There's Shakes. Hashim, who had a drive-through penalty on lap 3 or so, he served that. He was 13th. He's currently 12th. But like also, as we're saying, on the right tyre to the end of the race, so he will make up places, I think, from there. Pantry Star, he was going well in that DRS train actually, but he's finding himself in 13th. Maybe wondering what's gone on, but I think some pit stops and that might sort it out. Then it's the other half of Chum. So Uzi is now caught up to the pack and is on new enough hards to go to the end. So Uzi's going to look to be scoring some points from there. And then Royal Viking, who changed front wing on lap 1, he's got 9 lap old hards. I don't know if he's going to go to the end. We'll have to wait and see. But he's now also caught up to the pack. So we've got everyone still in this race, all 16 drivers. We should go racing this lap. We'll wait for race control to tell us that.
Yeah, maybe the safety car's in this lap.
So I'm sort of going to follow roughly there by Nick, I think. So we can see a bit of the restart. I'm just going to get a drink of water quickly. I think if they start, Mr. Apagozi, you'll take us through the restart.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to hear lots of excitement because I think this is going to be quite close. There's guys on new hards and old hards and safety car in this lap.
Yeah, so get ready, guys. Getting ready down the last bit of back straight. Safety cars making space. Top Gun is probably going to slow down nicely to wait for the correct moment to fire that throttle off. And slowing down the pack. Slowing for surely. Nick is right on his tail. Still waiting, still waiting, still waiting. There he goes. Pulls the trigger and off they go. We have Nick still second, Ume having a look. Oh, Nick in the inside of Top Gun, and Top Gun spins out. Ferrari connecting with him. Super D and Top Gun, they are now back of the pack. Let's go back to the top, negation.
Yeah, it looks like Avilach had a spin in that mess as well.
Yeah, I don't think there was any contact that caused that spin for Top Gun. I think it was a self-induced one. But I think maybe the stewards are going to have some chit-chat there.
Yeah, it looks like now there's been a few incidents. There might be been a few things happen out on track now. I don't specifically see any nasty knocks or anything, but I see Avilach spun in that. You're right, I think Top Gun was of his own doing. I think Nick put him under a lot of pressure.
I think because Nick was on the inside of turn 1, Top Gun's turn 2 and 3 wasn't perfect, and maybe that's what caused him to spin.
Just watching Martin Narkis, by the way, he is looking to chase down Arno, and he does exactly that, gets the move done. So Martin Narkis, Yeah, doing very well here now because we know Nick's got that penalty to serve. I don't know, might start slipping down the order with slightly older hards. We'll see how that plays out. Sector 1 is an issue. It's Chums. Chums, what did you do? He had a spin. Not sure if it involved anyone else, but there's no damage there, so maybe he just lost the rears.
He's on his way again.
On his way again. We're lucky we didn't lose you there. Good luck with the rest of the race, Chums. Okay, where are the close battles? Now there's Sector 2, yellow flag, and that is Royal.
P4, P4, P5, and 6.
Yeah, let me go to 0. There we go, let me go on 0. Let's watch this battle right now. Oh, Ume is about to take Nick as well, although Nick probably going to dive into the pits pretty soon for his drive-through penalty.
Stick with Nick.
Yeah, it looks like Ume's anyway got pace here on the hards.
Ume's thinking of following him, maybe just wanted some sneaky.
And Martin Narki's now fastest lap of the race. So he's doing really well on this piece of the race, and we'll see when Nick comes out. I think it might be even behind Chums. Okay, Martin Narkis, I'm watching him now. P2 was losing pace on the leaders earlier, but right now he's pushing Ume along, and he will have DRS. DRS is enabled again.
I think we're going to see a move for P1 soon from Martin.
Yeah, pushing him along. He gets it done in this back straight. They go stuck in nicely behind each other.
Don't count me out. He's still doing. Oh, there he goes. I think that was some move.
That took guts, but the drivers, I think, respected each other nicely. There, no contact.
Very much so. Awesome driving, dude.
No, that's really nice to watch. Well done, guys.
I don't know, it's a second and a half in P3.
Yeah, so Adno with those 14 lap old hearts losing a bit, but 0 is now going to go. 0 goes on the outside, gets to brake a bit later, will get better traction there, and he gets the move done. But Adno will follow him. But I think 0 will just have the DRS. He doesn't have DRS, but he's okay anyway. Nice move, 0 for third, and where 0 spent most of his race, he's back there in P3 in the podium seats. We'll see how that goes for the rest of the night, but there's a close battle now. Less than a second between the leaders, and then 0 not far behind. And then it's Arno and Shakes and Hashim. Hashim now all the way up to 6th, so he's
that's good game.
Making this race work for him. Never give up, never give up at all.
There's a close battle between Uzi and Avilak, P11, P12.
Let's go watch there. What can Avilak do? Didn't seem to get the best drive out of that last corner. Chums gets a 3-second penalty for track limits. That's our first, the only driver now with penalties. Okay, and tell you what, 0's within DRS of the leaders now. He's caught right up there.
I think we're going to see a DRS train 1, 2, 3 now.
Yes, we are. From 1st all the way down to 6th, I think everyone might fall into a DRS train. Nice to see how close the racing is, eh? Everyone's got decent pace out there.
Oh no, very close to the 0. It's just out of the DRS.
sector 1. I saw there was a yellow flag, but I can't really see anything that happened. And Martin Narkis, he is still pushing Ume along. That is, he's definitely finding excellent pace here on the hards. He's used a lot more ERS to do that, but doing a great job to stay in the fight. At least this is the kind of racing you need to get on the podium. Doing a good job there now. And we've got a Ferrari off track. Is that Super D, Avilach and
Yellow
Super D? That's Nick, DNF for Nick. I had the wrong Red Bull there. Nick, DNF in the wall. So sorry, Nick. Mr. Gish, don't know what you did. Is that a safety car?
Virtual safety car.
Virtual safety car. Cool. So who would want to pit? Top Gun Butts may as well pit. Royal Viking may as well. They on very old lap hards. Arno, I don't know if Arno will have to. Only Arno knows how his tyres are holding up, but he's had the pace so far. Who's that in the pits? Arno in the pits. Okay. What do you do from here? Mediums, right? You can't make softs all the way. I don't even know if you'll have new softs, but those are brand new mediums.
Yeah, these are mediums.
So Arno might still come out in a points position. Arno will come out in a points position. So this is from starting from the back of the grid, really. Arno is now is at 10th or 11th. That's 10th on the best tyres on the grid. Everyone ahead of him has got worse tyres than him, so we will see what Arno can pull off for the rest of the night.
Most guys from P1 to P9 all on 7-lap old tyres. Avilak is now 10 seconds behind Pantry Star.
Oh, Arno with a drive-through penalty.
What did he do?
And we were just saying that this is exactly.
Has a spin.
And Arno has a spin as well.
Cold tires. Cold tires.
Yeah, it's not the best time for the virtual safety car to end. But in front we've got Ume leading with Martin Narkis just half a second behind. They got a bit of a jump on Zero and Shakes under the restart there.
What do you think of this McLaren livery? It looks nice, eh?
Yeah, it looks quite nice. I was going to say that earlier, especially I think under the lights here in the desert, it looks quite sharp. It suits Lando Norris, I think, as well. So.
Well, what is it called? Future something, eh? Future.
No, don't ask me trick questions.
Yellow sector 3. It's a Ferrari. Super D.
Yeah, Super D did so well early on. Is struggling a bit at the moment. Not quite putting a lacquer race together.
I think he's struggling on those hard tires temperatures.
Yeah, I must say Ume up front is saves a lot of ERS, and I think he's managing it throughout the lap quite well, because he's able to keep Martin Narkis behind, who has used a lot of ERS and gets DRS lap after lap and is not able to get the overtake done. So it was the one flying lap for pole, and now really managing race pace brilliantly. So Ume is looking good for a victory here.
Oh, good podium.
Any other?
At the moment, it's got 35%. Hashim for the fastest lap.
Yeah, there we go. Where's Hashim now? He's up into 4th, so he will start catching Zero. Zero will have to get a move on.
I see Zero's got 37% PRS, and Hashim has only got 9%.
Yeah, well, let's sort of watch Hashim for a while. Reminder, he had a drive-through penalty and was in 13th at some point, and he's making that work for him. Top Gun on his new mediums, getting lacquer pace there, fastest lap, currently in 12th, Top Gun, and that's in a point scoring position. Top Gun is just behind Arno, and you'll get DRS again now here in Sector 1. Let's watch that battle.
Very close to Avilak.
Let me go watch Uzi and Avilak for a while.
Avilak defending well. Uzi's very close to Avilak. I think he's going to make a move now. Down the back straight. I think he's pushing Avilak quite well. Down the last bit of the back straight.
Yeah, we'll see if Avilak can hold on. Yeah, Avilak a little bit more ERS, but Uzi, he gets a great exit, which he does. He gains about half a tenth on the exit alone, and he is going to have Avilak for dinner, I think.
Yep,
and Avilak will just tuck in behind him. Avilak's got a lot of space behind him, so there's no point fighting that too hard. Just keep the points, and there Uzi spins. There's my advice to Avilak, to keep it calm. He did that, and he gets the position back. Unlucky Uzi, was a nice move. He had some good pace. But Uzi
we have a disqualification for ignoring drive-through. That's Arno.
Oh, was that Arno? Okay, but Arno had a bit of a moment there that we thought Arno was going to do something great in this race. So unlucky Arno, that didn't quite work out to plan. And let's see, Pantry Star, he's fighting with Winkies. We haven't spoken about these two in a while. They are currently in 6th and 7th. Winkies, somewhere in this race, looked like he was knocking on podiums, had a spin, and he's still in 6th. So overall, I think he must have had good pace to still be there, but at the moment, Winkies is far away from Shakes in front, and he's got Pantry Star chasing him in the horse from behind.
Martin's half a second, quarter second behind Romain. I think we're going to see Martin's only got 5% ERS. Romain's got 20%, so I think it's got it covered.
Yeah, Ume's definitely got a race-winning performance tonight. He's just managing his pace and ERS use over the lap so well, and not allowing Martin Narkis to get close enough where it matters. Let's just go down the list. It's Ume leading the race. He's stuck it on pole, pretty much been there the whole race, not too much drama, and he is managing it quite well right now. This time Martin Narkis is right behind him, but Ume has got, I think, more than enough ERS to dump it and hold on to the position. Then we've got Zero in the Ferrari. He's been doing well. He's currently in 3rd. He's got Hashim chasing him down. As we have a yellow flag, not sure who that was for. Hashim is 4th. He's chasing Zero down. Hashim is trying hard to get a podium. Yeah, it's still possible with 8 laps to go. A lot can still happen. Shakes in 5th. Winky's in 6th. Pantry Star in 7th. Avilak in 8th. Uzi, who had a spin after his overtake, is still in 9th. And then Chums, we haven't spoken about Chums much tonight. He's currently in 10th and looking to score some points. And he's got a nice gap behind him. He needs to keep it over 3 seconds because he has a penalty. Top Gun, he's had some action tonight and some spins, but he's still in 11th, still in points. And Butz has carried on going. He is still in 12th, and he's got his teammate for company right now, so we'll see how cleanly teammates can fight.
Just looking through some of the comments in the channel. Saf1 says ERS management very key. Yeah, it's important. Puna, who got the fastest lap? Saf1 again, wouldn't really worry much wouldn't really worry much if I was Ume. Puna again, if Ume gets fastest lap, it's a grand slam. Yeah, it will be. And of course there's mega points for that. Then Saf1 again, go on Uzi Boy, podium for Hashim. And we're looking at Ume and Martinakis. Zero, Hashim in fourth place. Let's have a look at position changes. Shakes has gone up 10 positions. Martin has gone up 9 positions. Chums and Top Gun 3 apiece. Chums has got a penalty. Penalty 3 second, and Super D has a 10-second penalty. Having a look at Super D is coming to the pits. Probably, no, he's putting on mediums. It didn't serve any penalty there. You still with us, Ron? Looking at...
Yes, sorry, I was talking, I muted myself, and
I do that quite a lot.
what I was saying while I was muted is I was just giving a kudos to Shakes. They're 10 places up, and he's had good pace all night. That fifth is a great result from there in a race with a couple of very quick guys. So well done, Shakes, doing really well currently.
And
in
Super D
fifth.
spins again.
Super D on cold tires, not your night, Mr. D.
I think he's going to be lapped soon. The leaders are quarter lap behind him.
Yeah, Super D's too good a driver to be lapped, so yeah, we'll just write this one off, D, shake it off, come back next week, I guess. The Pantry Star still behind Bwinkies. Bwinkies is now within DRS of Shakes, who we just spoke about. So 5th, 6th, 7th, interesting place. We'll watch there just now. Zero's gotten within DRS as well of the leaders now. He needed to do that because Hashim was catching him, and he's now got himself a little bit extra of a gap over Hashim. So Hashim has to catch the leaders to have a chance at a podium, a chance at having a race with Zero. We'd love to see that though.
P1, 2 and 3 are very close to each other. I think we're going to see position changes. Then a second and a half almost. Next in P4 is Hashim. Shakes is in almost 5.8 seconds behind. Next close battle is Boinkies and Pantry in 6 and 7. And then quite a way behind is Avalak in P8. I see Martin is getting closer. He's 3/10 behind Ume. Are we going to see a leader change here? What do the tires look like? I think the yellow is sector 1.
I think that is for Super D, who's now DNF'd. And I don't know if he may be retired from the session. I can't quite work that out. Martin must stop teasing us with getting so close to Ume. We want to see him stick a nose very carefully up the inside, but I think Ume's got this covered.
Super D, I think, is retired. We have the two Aston Martins picking up the rear, close to each other. Only penalties we have at this stage is Chums with a 3-second penalty.
So is Chum still the only penalty? That just shows you actually how quick and accurate the drivers are in this Division 2. I mean, we call it Division 2, but these guys are proper fast.
For sure.
Martin Arki's getting close again, but just teasing us. Fastest lap currently is still with Top Gun. A 1:31.6, and no one else has been in the 1:31s. So that one might be sorted out. Fastest lap probably to Top Gun tonight. Well done. Butts now with a 3-second penalty, but he is 13th and last, so that's not going to matter, I don't think.
I think Ume's tyres aren't going to last very, very long. I see he locks up a bit coming into the hairpin and the sharp corners. But Martin's ERS is 6%. He doesn't have the oomph to get Ume down the straight.
Wow, Ume has just managed this so well.
Yeah, he does. Ume has got 19% ERS. We have 3 laps to go.
Okay, so just popping through the list again, Ume, we've spoken enough about his drive tonight, still leading this race comfortably. Martinakis specifically in the second stint of the race on the hards has been super fast, but he just doesn't have enough to trouble Ume. Zero is following closely behind. Zero has a bit more ERS than Martin, except he is stuck in the DRS train there a bit, so it's going to be hard for him to manufacture a move. Hashim was catching, but he's now just sort of stayed that 1.5 second gap, so he's looking in 4th. I don't know if we'll see a podium from Hashim that we were expecting. Sheikh still in 5th and doing well. Bwinkies is right behind Sheikh's. He has not been able to pass Sheikh's Pantry Star. He's been behind Bwinkies for a very long time, and they've stayed in 6th and 7th for a while now. Avilach, he has not quite on the pace tonight, but he's had some spins and things as well, but 8th is still a good result. And then Uzi, who had a spin earlier, seems to have closed slightly on Avilach, but he is probably looking to stay in 9th tonight. Top Gun in 10th, he is one of the only runners in the top 10 on mediums, and he has fastest a lap. Then it's Royal Viking with the last points position, and then Butts has just had a spin there in sector 1. No damage, but he has recovered and will carry on driving. Okay, Martin Narkis gets very close this time into turn 1, 0.2 of a second. But he's made a bit of a mistake, and Zero has gotten past. Zero now in 2nd place. And Hashim now in 4th is within DRS of Martin Narkis, so we are definitely going to see some action in the last 2 laps here. As Bwinkies also goes on the inside and passes Sheikh's, gets that move done. Well done, Bwinkies. Unlucky Sheikh's, who's had a very good race so far, but he can still stick with Bwinkies and make something work. Akmar, are you with me, sir? There's been a lot of action in the last 3 corners.
I'm trying to keep track of it, but I know you're on top of it. We have Sheikh's very close to Boinkies after he passed him. Maybe he's just going to bide his time, gather some ERS power. Let's have a look at the ERS for Sheikh's is 8% and Boinkies 27%, so maybe not. Close battle. I see Avilax in a bit of a lonely place there. He's 22 seconds behind Pantry. And then Uzi is a 1.5 seconds behind Avilax. in P9. Top Gun on medium, still going strong. Then we end with Chums and Royal Viking and Boots. Two Aston Martins keeping up the rear. Let's have a look at.
Okay, and as the leaders are now on the last lap of the race, it's Ume, he's got 0 behind him. They both have similar ERS, but 0 is very close with DRS. This is probably his last chance, but he's not close enough, and it's half a second in it.
Doesn't have enough ERS.
He doesn't, but he's at least in the DRS train, and he is looking okay still for a podium place. 2 corners to go for the leaders, but Martin now gets really close to 0. He goes on the inside.
And makes it stick.
May have touched wheels there, but Rubbing is racing, and now 0 has got the outside. Can he get better drive?
And that's close.
And Hashim might have a chance now. Hashim out of ERS, he can't do it. How's that for a
close.
finish?
Yeah.
Driver of the day has to be Ume. He's controlled it all night long.
Yeah.
Really good drive. Well done, Ume. So just give us the race order there as they cross the line.
We have, let's just go down to Shakes coming, he's finished, Avalak coming up, and the McLaren, I don't know if they made it. Avalak, Uzi, very close to each other. Chums coming up next, he has a penalty in the house. He's next on line, Royal Viking and Aston Martin coming around the last corner, and he finishes in P12. And then the next one is Boots coming around the last corner, also in the Aston Martin. Never give up.
Do you have Ume perhaps as a friend? Any chance you can invite him to the comms box?
Let me think. I don't think I have.
And EA tells us driver of the day is Top Gun, and he's definitely got also fastest lap, so well done, Top Gun.
I don't have Ume as a friend.
Okay, there we go. Well, well done, Ume, on a very nicely managed race. 0 finishes in second. He had got the right pace right at the end and made the moves work to do that. And then third place to Martin Narkis, who was looking very strong, just couldn't get him there, and just was unable to hold 0 back in the end. And that's your top 3.
Yeah, we have the final finishing board is Ume P1, 0 P2, Martin, Hashim in P4, Boinkies, Pantry Star P6, Shakes P7, Avalak P8, Uzi P9, Top Gun P10, Chums, and Royal Viking and Boots, and Super D, DNF, Communication DNF, and Arno DNF.
Okay, lekker. Well, that's Division 2 here in Bahrain. Thanks, Apmaguzi, for having me with you in the comms box tonight.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks. It was enjoyable. Yeah, had a good time. Thank you. Sorry for the break-in transmission for me.
All good, and we'll see you on track tomorrow for the Division 3 race.
Yeah, that's a challenge.
No idea. We'll see how it goes. Okay, lekker pal. Thanks so much.